coming onto your side nice and carefully. We're going into some dead bugs, and these are going to be fabulous for assisting the closure of your separation. So our aim is to keep our pelvis as still as possible, and we might have to play around with the breathing technique in order to keep your pelvis still. So please keep me posted, send me a video, let me know what it feels like, because the more I know and the more I see, the more I'm going to be able to help you tweak little technical things that could change everything. All right, so as we've been practicing, again, you don't have to have your head supported, but if you feel like it's more comfortable, then you absolutely can. Keeping your hands on your hip bones, just so you can assess any movement. We're going for our deep inhale for our 360, and then on the exhale, if you've got a wide rib cage, our aim is going to be to corset everything. So the top of the ribs, the middle and the lower, corseting everything on the exhale, and then we're going to slowly float one knee up and coming back down, and we're going to alternate. Now, if you have a narrow rib cage, we want to inhale wide, and then see if we can maintain the wideness of the rib cage as we connect to the tummy. But then we're going to send the ribs down to the hips. So we're not closing, we're just keeping it open and down. Okay, versus the wider rib cage will be together and down. We're going to hold it open and down. Does that make sense? All right, so the way that I like to think about doing this is my feet are sitting on lily pads. Now, if my feet are on lily pads, then I don't want them to sink. So that means that we have to be really light, like a feather, with our feet, okay, when we're alternating the leg lift. Now, the angle comes from the knee, so the angle should not change, not like this. It's just from the hip, okay? So having your hands on your hip bones, if you want, you can close your eyes so you can really go for the feeling of all the movement. Keeping the chin slightly tucked in, neutral spine. Inhale, wide into the ribs, releasing the pelvic floor if needed. Exhale, picking up the blueberry, engaging the tummy. So either corseting the whole tummy or just part of the tummy. And through the exhale, slowly lifting one knee up. We're going to keep our tummy still and take another 360 breath. Re-engage the tummy. And slowly, slowly lower that foot onto the lily pad. Now keeping the tummy still again for your inhale. Exhale, reconnect. Slowly, slowly, slowly lifting that knee to tabletop. Pause and inhale here. Exhale, feel the tummy sinking slightly as you lower back down and relax. Good. So we're breathing under a brace during this exercise, which means that our tummy needs to stay connected for the inhale and the exhale, so it's keeping our stability. All right, so we're going to be alternating legs as slow and controlled as possible. Now, I'm going to give you a variation. If your hips are very wobbly, no matter how controlled you're going, we're going to do a Valsalva maneuver, which is where we actually hold the breath for the leg lifts, okay? So only do this if you've spoken to me first, because there are some contraindications and reasons why we wouldn't give this to somebody. For example, if you were pregnant or if you had high blood pressure and things like that. So keeping your hands on your pelvis again, what we're going to do is exactly the same, but we're going to exhale out all of the air. Once all of the air has been exhaled, we're going to hold, and then we're going to keep the tummy engaged and lift. Okay, so we're going to do one leg and the other leg, pause, and then inhale. And through that, you might notice that you have less movement to no movement. So that's why that we're going to practice, because it is likely that this could be worthwhile doing for you. So placing your hands on your pelvis, inhaling 360 breath, exhaling out all the air, pause, keeping everything still, control, back down, control, other leg, come down, 360 inhale, keep the tummy still. Exhale out all the air again. And off we go. Lift and lift. We don't want our tummy to be moving, and then inhale. Okay, and then you're going to be able to notice, my pelvis either moved less, it might have moved the same, and then we'll reassess from there. So let me know how that one felt. Again, the Valsalva, which is the breath hold, is only for some people, it's not for everybody. If we can, we'd like to have you doing a normal inhale, exhale movement for it. So that's why we want to stay connected. Okay, so let me know what came up for you during this. Let me know if your tummy stayed flat when you lifted a leg. If your tummy bulged when you lifted the leg, then we need to focus more on strengthening our TA, which is our lower tummy, our transverse. We want to keep our back, everything in neutral. We don't want to have any of this when we're lifting it in, okay, or any of this. We want our tummy to flatten as we lift the leg. All right, so that is our little dead bugs. There's heaps of variations. So as you get stronger, we're going to add in progressions and ways that we can vary them so that you're constantly improving in strength. But for now, that is the simple dead bug.